What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Yeager, bombastic, so fantastic, here to give an albeit late, but nevertheless here review for AEW Dynamite. So let's get right into it. Show started off with MJF going up against Juice Robinson for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. It's like the fourth year straight of MJF defending this ring, and really showed that Juice Robinson and Jay White and everything really have this Bullet Club mentality down from Japan, because like everything they were doing was straight up out of that faction's like tactics, like dirty tactics the whole way through. Cheating wherever you could, distracting the ref constantly. It was gold as far as bringing about that New Japan feel to the AEW show. But Juice Robinson was quite the thorn in MJF's side. But I mean, Jay White wanted to jump in. The Guns were jumping in constantly. But nonetheless, MJF still got a win over Juice Robinson. And everybody looked good going over on that. But Jay White hopped on the mic. He's going to have a four-way match four-man tag match with Bullet Club Gold versus MJF and a trio or three people of his choosing. It's looking like it'll be the Acclaimed, or it could even be Roderick Strong and the Kingdom. As funny as that is, but it could happen because, well, MJF's best friend Adam is tied up with all of them. We'll see what it is by next Dynamite. However, MJF got also approached by Kenny Omega as he went up the ramp. And amazing thing about that is Kenny Omega says, "Look, you're coming up on breaking my streak. I can't let you just do that without facing me for that belt. I have to protect my streak. So this Saturday, we're going to have a match. Like, what do you say?" He's like, "Yeah, you're on." So we actually, out of nowhere, have Kenny Omega versus MJF. Pretty fucking blockbuster match on just a regular ass Saturday Collision, which I don't know, that's fucking pay-per-view worthy. But hey, give the people what they've been wanting to see. As well, let's see here. Oh yeah, as well, the Guns put a challenge out to MJF for the Ring of Honor tag team titles that he is single-handedly holding because of Adam Cole being injured. So MJF is going to be having two matches at what is it? Revolution. No, I'm sorry, not Revolution. Full Gear. It's going to be the Guns for him for the tag title and Jay White for the Triple B, the Bang Bang belt. I don't know. It's going to be a busy night for him. Let's see how he comes out of it. After all that happened, though, we finally get something new from it. Hook and RVD go up against John Silver and Alex Reynolds. And it was just interesting to see an old legend like RVD still having some in-ring work, and still getting over and still performing some moves that you'd think a man his age should not be doing. However, RVD is constantly looking high as a fucking kite. And I know, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but he's don't go to work that way. Don't look at me like that. Anyways, but yeah, they have a hell of a match. I find it a little weird that we have Dark Order, who's been getting plugs on commentary, still ended up taking losses here. And I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, why are we building them up? Why are we telling them that they're getting back to their roots, they're doing everything here, and we end up having them fall short, like when it comes to like main shows. I don't know. Anyways, let me move on to the next thing because I'm getting lost in thought on it. We had a commercial break with Tony Storm getting a silent film style promo. She's definitely talking a lot of shit about Philadelphia, which is which is the city where the show was being held. She did, however, acquire a new butler out of this whole thing, being Luther, the guy who was working with the wrestler Serpentico, and they had a whole chaos. Had a really great tag team name called Chaos Theory, but never took anything or never did anything with it. They were always wrestling on like AEW Dark and Dark Elevation, and the YouTube shows. But yeah, they never actually got past that point really, except to like job out on the main TV shows. But no, it's good to see that he's still getting some work. After the little commercial break there, we had Sting do a retirement promo, in which, like, what the fuck, Ric Flair of all people shows up, and as a gift from Tony Khan, like, he said he's gonna want to be there for Sting, or like with Sting on the day of his retirement. So we're gonna see Ric Flair between now and, well, that day, which will be Revolution 2024, the first pay-per-view of the year. It's gonna be a little sad to see Sting go, but also like the man is like 67 years old or 61. But yeah, he's past wrestling. But Sting has also given his high praises of Darby Allin, called him one of his called him actually his favorite tag team partner, like his best tag team partner that he's had. And I honestly got some surprised looks out of people for that. A little bit after that, though, Christian Cage decided to pay Sting a visit and Ric Flair, and decided to talk plenty of shit about the two of them. Of course, digging in on them being fathers and everything. However, Christian threw down a gauntlet challenge to have himself, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne go up against Sting, Darby, and a person of their choosing. I want to give you 3 guesses on who that's going to probably be. So I'll just stop you there as Adam Copeland. Anyways, we later had an interview with Renee Paquette interviewing Chris Jericho. She asked him whether it's time to step back, maybe look at retirement, or like what are his options that he's exploring. He responds with, "Is it time for me to step back, or is it time for me to get stronger, get better, and get revenge?" He said how Callis showed that he has friends. Well, Chris Jericho has friends too. So we'll see who Chris Jericho digs up to bring to the shows. Next actual match we got, though, was going to be the Ring of Honor 6-man championship. The Hardy Party of Jeff and Matt Hardy with brother Zay of the Private Party going against the Elite of the Young Bucks and Hangman Adam Page. This was a by-the-books match where you knew the Bucks weren't going to be dropping these belts, or the Elite weren't going to be dropping these belts, but was still a good match. But it was still like everything was by the books and what you expected out of it. I mean, Hardy's doing Hardy shit. Bucks doing Buck shit with Hangman Page. Ends up in a buckshot lariat. 1, 2, 3. But right after that match was over, we got a promo of Swerve breaking into Hangman's house. And Owens like immediately sees that he's at the house. He just takes off running up the ramp and everything. But he's breaking into Hangman's house and is pretty much recording like a video threat while he's staring at his kid in the crib. And then he says he's gonna leave a shirt of the Mogul embassy, and he's gonna be like, leave that as a warning or like as a reminder that you owe me a favor, that you owe me for not doing anything tonight. And yeah, like that's like I just like Swerve's promos, and I like the way he just works. Like he's bringing realness to this in a way that is like to where you know that it is like okay, this ain't happening in real life, but damn, he brought real life into this, you know. But moving on from that, we had a Hikaru Shida go up against Ruby Soho. I'm sorry, but Ruby Soho wasn't getting the belt, especially on a Wednesday night. However, Ruby did look strong at the beginning of the match. However, Shida just ended up, taking that W. Toni Storm showed up after the match in a very awkward posing scenario, but it's alluding to the possibility that she'll be trying to challenge Hikaru Shida for the belt, because she's been hinting that she's going to be challenging somebody for like a match. But looks like Hikaru Shida will be the person she challenges. I don't know. Sure, let's do it. Let's see what this new gimmick brings Toni Storm. I kind of like the psychotic Marilyn Monroe 50s black and white silent movie thing. I mean, silent movies were earlier than the 50s, but yeah. Oh, a little bit after Toni Storm has her announcement, Adam Copeland gets in a little promo with Sting and Darby Allin. Sting coming up to Adam, asking him, he's like, all right, are you serious now? Like, are you still trying to be friends with him? Are you still trying to like get him on your side? Like, he's past that. Like, can you just wake up and just work with us here? To which it's looking like Adam Copeland is going to be teaming with Sting and Darby. So we'll see how that turns out. And for our main event, we had Orange Cassidy and Kazuchika Okada go up against Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli of the Blackpool Combat Club. Blackpool Combat Club did their thing. Hard-hitting matches, or hard-hitting hits. Just painful-looking grapples. Intensity throughout all of it. Like, just ruthlessness throughout all of it. We got stomps. We got Claudio's airplane spins. We had everything yet you wanted to see at Blackpool Combat Club. And Kazuchika Okada on top of that for his AEW match debut. And yeah, the crowd fucking lost it when you had Okada face off against Danielson. Technically for the second time, but on regular TV, on regular AEW Dynamite, his first time. And yeah, the match had Philly losing their shit, but through some trickery, some fuckery on the Blackpool Combat Club side, we ended up getting Danielson and Claudio the W. I mean, what was it? Sorry, Claudio ended up getting the pin itself, though. He snuck a forearm to Orange Cassidy and actually got a very clean pin on him. Got the 1-2-3, which is going to be resulting in Claudio getting a challenge to Orange Cassidy for the Intercontinental belt, or excuse me, international title. So, with all that happening, it is looking good as far as matches are concerned, as far as these next 7 days go. I'm excited to see what ends up happening here, and I'm excited to see MJF and Kenny Omega go at it, despite probably knowing that Kenny Omega is going to lose. Kind of hope he doesn't, but we'll see. Anyways, this has been Yeager. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Night.